Boxing Truth here. Just some post-fight thoughts on Jarret Hurd versus Tony Harrison, and what was a good fight. It was a tough fight, not an easy fight for Jarret Hurd. I felt he was winning the fight at the time of the stoppage, but the commentating was a little biased towards Harrison. I wasn't really impressed with Harrison's movement, and pretty much just trying to keep distance away from Jarret Hurd, trying to make Hurd, who's really a counterpuncher, make him lead most of the way. And he tried to take away Hurd's ability to counter with his right uppercut, trying to make Hurd lead and make him and have him run into his jab, which is a pretty good jab from Harrison. Was able to catch Hurd with some shots. Was able to make Hurd think in there, as Hurd had to make adjustments as the rounds progressed. Hurd, he had trouble with Harris's movement in the beginning. Wasn't able to really land some of his signature punches because of Hurd pretty much not engaging, mostly moving around and throwing occasional jabs which weren't very effective, but he did have some moments. Hurd had to bite down his mouthpiece. He had to go through some adversity. He got hurt two times in the fight. He got hurt with a body shot in the middle rounds, and then he got hurt by a jab, a counter jab by Harrison. As he was stalking her, as Hurd was stalking Harrison, trying to land his big punches, ended up walking into one of Harrison's jabs, and it rocked him for a few moments. But I was impressed with Hurd's recovering power. He was able to recover, was able to take his time, get his composure back, recover, and then go back to work. I was impressed by that. He showed a lot of grit. He bit down his mouthpiece, and he was able to overcome the adversity. He showed the difference between the character of a champion and a character of a contender. He showed that he wanted it more. He had more will, and he was able to go through a lot more than Harrison was wanted to go through in order to become world champion tonight. Hurd slowly but surely began to chop away at Harrison, as Harrison, as usually does, began to tire. His conditioning has been a problem in the past, in his past fights, and today was no different. And Hurd was able to effectively walk him down, was being more effective with his jab, was landing big shots on a more consistent basis as the rounds were on, as Harrison began to tire, wasn't moving as much anymore, and was constantly getting hurt by a lot of the sharp punches of Jarret Hurd. And Hurd finally put an end to it in the 9th round. Was able to land that lights out right hand, and he did what I expected. I expected him to knock Harrison out. Never thought Harrison was the goods. It showed once again why tonight he's just simply a contender that will just simply challenge for a world title, but I don't think he'll ever win a world title. Just doesn't have the character of a champion. Every time the going gets tough, he finds a way out, and you can see as the rounds progress that Harrison wanted out. He didn't want to go into battle anymore. The fight was being taken away from him mentally, and he couldn't dig down. He couldn't overcome the adversity, as Hurd was willing to go through more. And Harrison, he got up, looked like he was out when he went down, got up, but then spit his mouthpiece out, which pretty much triggered that he didn't want no more. Pretty much quit, and the referee had no choice but to stop the fight. It all would have been downhill for Harrison. It would have been a knockout just waiting to happen, as Harrison, every time he goes down, he just shows he doesn't want no more. Second time he's done that in his career, gets up and looks like he doesn't want anymore, and the referee ends up stopping the fight in both instances. Congratulations to Jarret Hurd. You showed me something tonight. There were some rocky moments. There were some tough rounds. You even got hurt even by this kid, but you overcame. You was able to bounce back. You was able to get back into the fight. You was able to land some damaging shots of your own, and you was able to get the stoppage, really make a statement in the 154-pound weight class. Very good win, very good performance. Show some flaws, show some vulnerability, But I'm always going to tune in to watch Jarret Swift Hurd, the new IBF 154-pound champion. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.